Mr. Kisman, how did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages?
Well, we started developing our ideas through Google Docs. We did this so we can easily access the information no matter where we were, as long as we had access to the internet. Google Docs also allows us to collaborate, add, edit, and remove parts that we liked or disliked, also comment on parts that needed to be improved. By using a Canon EOS 600D DSLR, which I am very familiar with, this meant that I knew how the camera shoots and how to use the camera to achieve the greatest quality. During filming, I was using two different lenses, a 50mm lens and a 75 to 120mm lens. The 50mm proved to be superior to the 75 to 120mm from picture quality to depth of field. Once all filming was done, it was transported from the camera to the computer using the SD card which I had brought along and used to film with. Once on the computer, I imported the footage into Final Cut Pro X. I was very familiar with the software due to experimentation with some projects that I developed in the past. Once imported, I started the editing process, familiar with the software and the tools. For example, the blade tool used to cut and the selection tool to select and move. I was able to complete this quickly and effectively, giving more time to develop the poster and magazine. Once the edit was done, I exported the final product through the use of Final Cut Pro's inbuilt exporter. Once that was done, I continued this by uploading it onto YouTube, where the audience can view, rate, and share our teaser trailer. Once the teaser was completed, I traversed onto the development of the poster. At the beginning, I created a paper draft in order to get a sense of proportion and an idea of what the poster would contain. I then started by finding images online, such as a dark, gloomy forest, and this fits the mise-en-scene. I imported that onto my canvas and started adjusting the curves in order to get a darker look. Once it was done, I found a picture of an abandoned house and imported that. I then masked the background of the house to allow for the forest to be seen. Adjusted the curves to make it suit to the dark background. I wasn't too happy with the first draft, so I thought I would start again. I found a new picture of a forest. I also took a picture of the iconic rundown house from our trailer and implemented that into the poster. I started the final draft of the poster with the house being imported into the canvas being centered to attract attention to its details. I then again masked around the house and used the clone tool to erase the imperfections of the house, such as the scaffolding. However, I left some to give it that rundown feel and to make it seem like people started to try to build but they never could finish. With the house, I included two images of the main antagonist, showing that the movie has something to do with this ghost-looking figure, which will spike interest. Once the whole poster was completed, I finished it off by saving it as a PNG. I chose the PNG over the JPEG due to its greater quality and better compression. Moving on to the magazine cover, I used a Nikon camera to take the pictures and Photoshop to edit them. The editing process involved implementing rulers in order to get the proportions right. I also had to go online and find fonts of the similar style of that of the magazine we were replicating. The poster was created text first in order to make sure everything was correct and in proportion. The text was the longest to do, so it was done first, followed by the picture. The poster and magazine were now complete, the trailer too. This enabled us to continue with the other work we still had left to do.